Did you ever have conviction about, what you were going through in your life when you were involved in doing drugs, abuse of alcohol, and even having problems in your marriage? Did you ever have an encounter with conviction?
I did. I was always concerned with the way I was living because I was living a complete heathen life. I was alcoholic, womanizer, drug addict, sinner, rich, famous, privileged, but saved by grace eventually. But I was always worried about the fact that I was letting my mother down because my mother was a wonderful woman. She raised five of us by herself, and she raised us the right way. So it wasn't really no excuse for me to go out and live that kind of life, even though I grew up in a dysfunction home where my dad was an alcoholic, and he came home for the last time when I was 14, pulled out a shotgun and said he was going to kill the whole family. Had it not been for my mother that night getting me and my brothers out of that house, we would have killed him. So I always say it could have been a tragedy in my life before I ever put the uniform on. So that what does that mean? I was already scarred, and I already had wounds there. So I said my pain led me to my greatness, but my greatness would eventually lead me to my destructive behavior. So my mother was praying for me even when I was lost, and that came to pass because I found a journal. My sister found a journal under her bed, and she showed it to me. And my mother was praying that God would knock me off my throne and off my fame and give me salvation. So she was interceding for me when I didn't even know it. And so all these stories on the news and ESPN and all the shows that were like persecuting me, there was a reason for all that because God knew at the end that He was going to use my life for His glory because my mother had covered me in prayer. So it's the most amazing thing when you actually figure that out in life. As I sit here today, I understand that I had to go through everything I had to go through to get to where I'm at today, to be on the platform, to use my voice, because my mess became God's message. And I think more than anything, we always think the mess of our life is who we are, but that's just the beginning of who we are until God cleans us up.